So now we have a board called Trello Masterclass, and we've added some people to the board. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot of work, but every work must follow a flow. That's why it's called workflow. How the work will flow from beginning to the end. If you like, you can call that the life cycle of the work. If you like, you can call that the statuses of the work. For me, I want to design this. I want to start with to do. Then I move to in progress. And then I can have maybe review and then done. So every work will start from here. We want to do it. And then we'll flow to we are doing it. Then we'll flow to we've done it. Can you check it before we say we are done? And then we'll come here. Or you can change this review. You can change it to test. So that gives you the workflow or, loosely, the life cycle of the work, the statuses of the work, if you will. So how do I do that? You see this thing, to do, in progress, testing or review and done, I'm going to create them as list. I'm going to create them as list. So right now, you probably don't have anything here. So I'm going to call this to do, and I click on enter. So it's created that. And I see next, can you add another list? I'll click on that, and I call this in progress, and I click enter. And then it says, hey, do you want to add another list? Oh, of course. I'll call this review or testing, and I say enter. And then I have another one, done, enter. Now I don't need anyone again. Then I just close this. Now I have my workflow: to do, in progress, testing, done. Our agile guys have their own workflow: backlog, sprint, and then within the sprint, dev, testing, maybe PO review, and then done. Because this is a straight work, I just want to move from to do to in progress to testing to done. With my team, I have the backlog, everything that we're thinking of doing. And then remember, every week, I have a meeting with them every week on Monday. And then the things, I created this, another column, and I call that current week. So at the beginning of every week, we agree on, everything that we want to do this week for each person. And then we move those things there, kind of like our sprint planning, kind of like our weekly planning. And then we have in progress, and then we have review, because at times I need to approve something, and then done. So this is my workflow. You can customize yours. You can have 6, you can have 5. You can change the name. Literally, someone said, oh, let's change it to in progress. Let's change it to ongoing. All you need to do is just click on it and then say ongoing. Then boom. Some people say, well, done doesn't feel right. Let's say completed. I like the word completed. So you can come here and then change it to completed. Mo, I see your hand. I'll take it.